I'm Sherry, Silver Mermaid Adventures. I had a plan. I had a really good plan. Sell my house, buy an RV, and hit the road full time. And then life did what life does. It completely fell apart. And what happened in the next 16 months changed me in ways I had never could have predicted. This is the part of my story I haven't told you yet. Hopefully I don't get blown away by the wind, and hopefully it's not too noisy. I tried to use the AirPods. I tried to do this little fuzzy microphone. Anyway, so what was my plan and what happened? I had dreamed of having an Airstream for years. In 2023, I finally decided I'm gonna do it. So I sold my house fast. And before I even bought the Airstream, I drove across the country in my Jeep Wrangler just to see what I felt like to travel alone. That trip told me everything I needed to know. I was made for this. I mean, I loved it. It was 100 degrees outside. I had the wind blowing in my hair. I didn't use the air conditioner at all. And I loved it. For 2 months, I traveled across the country. And you may have heard me mention that in my other video also. But yeah, it was a cool experience completely. Then I came back and life got complicated. A relationship that wasn't going to work, a move, and then I found this cute little beach bungalow on the island, 50 feet away from my front door to the beach. And I thought, okay, this is my reset, okay? It was month to month. It started out month to month. I moved in November 2023 into the little beach bungalow. And not even a month later, my mom got sick, deathly sick. And 10 days later, she was gone. She lived in Ohio. I lived in North Carolina. The last time I had seen her is when I had taken that trip across country. I hung out with her for 10 days and spent time with her. And so I was extremely devastated. I was beyond devastated. If you had walked by my house the morning that I was told she was put on life support, you would have thought something horrible was happening to me. Whew, yeah. It was horrible. It was tragic. I want to stop here for a second, because if you've ever lost someone suddenly, you know that grief doesn't follow a timeline. Those 16 months on that beach were the most painful, the most sacred time of my life. I was alone, I was healing, and somewhere in that stillness, something was shifting in me. In February 2025, my lease was ending, and I had a choice to make, okay? I could find another place, stay comfortable, stay safe, probably spend more money than what I wanted to rent something, and be in a neighborhood I didn't really want to live in, okay? Where I lived at on the coast, there weren't very many places for rent, and I didn't want to buy anything. So yeah, I didn't want to do that. You know, I did not want to do that. And yet the dream was still there. I was still dreaming. So that last day, March 10th, 2025, of my lease, I hooked up the Airstream the night before, didn't know what I was doing at all. And that next morning, I got on the road. I drove down the island, went over that big bridge, wind blowing so hard, and I went down the road to a national forest, and I camped there alone for 2 weeks. I had never towed anything in my life except when I brought the RV home, and I had never even camped in an RV except for one night. That first night after I bought it, I camped in it. But this was the first time that I was actually like in a national forest, camping in it by myself. I had never done any of it. It was all completely new to me, okay? And I'm going to say that over and over again on my videos here, because a lot of women think they have to know how to do everything before they start. they have to have all their ducks in a row before they start. I did not have all my ducks in a row before I started. Something you just have to learn. And I binge watched on YouTube videos. I asked people, but nobody got behind the wheel. Nobody got in the passenger seat and said, "Here, let's do this." You know how you learn how to drive with a driver's ed teacher, or you learn how to drive stick and you got your dad in the passenger seat trying to teach you? I didn't have that. I was towing an RV, and no one helped me. But now look at me, okay? So if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's so much to remember. And I say that because I want women to know, if I can do it, you can do it. No one ever would have thought I was mechanical and could do this, okay? I had many, many years where I was kind of prissy, actually. And I dressed prissy, but that's another whole video because I had a reason. And so, yeah. So I drove to the national park, but it was so empowering and so freeing, a feeling of complete freedom I had ever experienced in my life. Grief didn't derail me from my dream. It deepened it. It made me brave enough to actually live the dream. So if you're in a season right now where everything feels like it's falling apart, and sometimes that's when we make big transitions, we're heading into a next chapter of life, we don't know what to do. We're dreaming, but our dream is so big. I don't have all my ducks in a row. I can't do this. I can't do that. I just want you to know, sometimes the detour is the path. I'm Sherry. This is the Silver Mermaid Adventure, and I am so glad you are here. So many of you women have said, "I'm so glad I found you." I can't even tell you what that does for me. I'm so glad you found me also. I do a Silver Mermaid Hangout Zoom call every Tuesday night. And it's for women. Sorry, guys. Maybe one day I'll do one for guys, okay? And we'll talk about power stations and solar panels and boondocking and stuff. I don't know. But we talk about that at the Silver Mermaid Hangout. We talk about everything, okay? And I only limit it to 10 women. Usually it's 2 to 10 women. And I tell my story. I share my story. I give you behind the scenes. I give you a peek into the inside of my Airstream. The Silver Mermaid Hangout comes straight from my Airstream. She is the Silver Mermaid. And then I answer all the questions. Usually there's anywhere from 10 to 20 questions. And I've had so many given to me. And I decided to do that back in December to start hosting this hangout because so many women were asking me questions. And I can only do so much, okay? I have to figure out where I'm going. I have to tow. I have to take care of my rigs. I have to plan where I'm going to stay at and the routes I'm going to take. I can't be answering 10 to 20 questions every day. You know, that's a lot. So I started the Silver Mermaid Hangout so I could bring everybody together. They could be inspired by each other, okay? They could hear your question and learn from your question and get that support and that encouragement from each other. So Silver Mermaid Hangouts are on Tuesday nights. If that's something you're interested, my email address is up in the bio here at YouTube, okay? You can email me. I also do discovery calls. They're 20-minute discovery calls for women. See if it's a fit for you to have one-on-one mentorship with me, and we meet once a week, once a month, whatever. So anyway, I'm thankful you're here. For more inspiration, for more empowerment, click the subscribe button. Follow along, like, and comment, and help me grow this channel because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm learning. Thanks, guys.